Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Let me begin today's podcast by wishing all of you a very happy new year. And I would like to thank you for following me on Spotify and Anchor, and that the messages that I get from you after you hear the podcast or after something that I say touches your life. When you send me a message on any of my social media channels, it gives me the energy to carry on forward, and I look forward to hearing from you yet again on my social media channels. If you find something really touches you, do write back to me. Now what I'm going to do today I'm going to touch upon a topic which is very close to my heart. The topic is, how do we manage people's opinion, or how does why does the opinion of others matter so much that we at times we try to please them, and we try to please them so much that sometimes we lose our own identity on the way. So what I have thought was, I was looking back at my own life, and I remembered a time when I had recently joined the medical college. I had joined Maulana Azad Medical College in my MBBS. And when I had joined the medical college, I was from a very average school. In my school, we were having, classes in those tents. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but we were like, in a nutshell, I was from a school where there was no sense of fashion or brands, and we had no idea about the world that existed outside of what we were in our school. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise as well. We could study well because there were no distractions. But coming back to the point, when I entered the medical college, and initial few days, I saw one of the batchmates looking at my pant, and looking at the pant for a label, and there was none. In my pant there was no label because it was not a branded stuff, or it was a routine pant. And he said, you know and he was looking for a label, and he said, what brand is this? And I said, what brand? What do we mean by brand? However, it kind of affected me. I was like, then I started looking at jeans that, or pants that other students were wearing, and I thought, okay, somebody was wearing a Levi's or Lee, or so and so forth, those brands. And I started feeling that maybe the apparel that I am wearing is inadequate. Maybe I need something branded. But at that age, I could not understand that, what does that mean? So I thought, if it is a label that, matters, I went to a local market and bought a label. I don't, not the jeans, only the label. And I got that label stitched on my pant. Now my pant is same, but I have a label now. So, and I'm, there walking in the college this time with the labeled pant, but I still don't feel that I am adequate, because in my heart of heart I knew that this is not that I have kind of cheated to fit into what people believe or the people's opinion. And gradually, now over the years, now when you age, you gradually become wiser. And what I've understood is, it is not about people, it is about us. Sometimes when we open our insecurities in front of people, now it's important that we should have a communication skill, we should be able to open ourselves. But the question is, to whom are we opening up to? So when we open up ourselves to people and we tell our insecurities, we expose ourselves to their opinions. And sometimes, as children, you may not be actually mentally prepared to handle those opinions. Now imagine that was a world, the world that I described was 1990s. Now let's extrapolate it to 2020, 2021. Here we are in a hyper connected world where you are exposed to opinions every single day. Now you put up a picture on Instagram, somebody writes, you're looking very bad. Somebody, it's like, it's so easy to give an opinion when, you are nameless, faceless. There's nothing, and you can, change your name to some Voldemort and write crap about anybody. Somebody writes on your photo that you're not looking good, and imagine getting affected by that opinion. Now, if you're insecure about something, you're more likely to amplify the voice of that comment, and then feel it in your body, and you start developing self doubt. Now, my question to you is, what makes us insecure? you know every time we feel that we are seeking something which is in the high achievement zone. For example, like you want to become a great surgeon, a great entrepreneur, great painter, great artist, and you start comparing, and that is the point where you start looking at other people's work as well. And when you look at other people, you start comparing, and you start feeling inadequate, you start getting insecure. Will I be able to do it? Sometimes that comparison is out of context. Now imagine comparing your current status with a surgeon of repute. Now sometimes you would be comparing that, array, that surgeon is doing so well and I am right now only a medical student. And what is the confounding variable is the age. When you reach to that age, probably you might be doing even better. But if you're comparing to people at different ages, at different eras, you would create an unfair comparison. Insecurities in our mindset are so big. They're such a big hindrance to your progress that but it is not often talked about. People who talk about competition, people who talk about competitiveness, hard work, passion, everything. But to me, the most important barrier to growth is insecurity. I keep meeting people, even as an entrepreneur. I keep meeting people who can progress so much, but because of their insecurity, they are unable to delegate. They are unable to say that I don't know to a question. Like imagine now you're an entrepreneur, but that doesn't mean that you know everything. But because you are insecure, that if you say that I don't know, you tend to overdo things, overkill, make mistakes, which could have been easily avoided by delegating to other people. Like this tiny seed of insecurity, if you let it poison your mindset, it can destroy everything. It can destroy relationships, it can destroy your enterprise, it can destroy your career. Now, as a student, I always want my students, the first thing I tell them when they join my institute is that, please have faith on teachers, please trust us. And unfortunately, that is not enough. Even if you tell somebody to trust you, but people still would be non-trusting. And the reason is, why would you be insecure is because, the entire education system or the entire society in general in a developing country has taught you to not have faith on others, because when you are in a developing country, you go out from your home, your parents will say, be careful, somebody might take out your purse, or when you're going in a train, be careful of your luggage. We've always been told to be careful and not trust other people. So when you tell people that, when you tell your students, please trust us, he would not trust you, because there is no that mindset is not there. But the problem is, if he doesn't trust, if you as a student do not trust what your teachers are saying, what will happen is you will always have the insecurity that maybe other students are reading something else, people in other academies must be reading something more, they might be knowing something else, and you will end up buying more videos, more photocopies, and because you're into that fear of missing out kind of scenario. So insecurity amplifies the noise of people's opinion. You might ask me, sir, what is the harm with it? The harm is when you amplify the noise of other people. Everybody has an opinion on how you should live your life, but the most important opinion is yours, because it is your life. You need to make sure that you have some zones of silence in between, in your days, in your weeks. There has to be a zone of silence where you are with your own self, where you are able to think and make decisions for yourself. That is where it is important to build trust. One of the things that I meet some students who would join a course of ours and then unfortunately not perform up to their potential, and then they some join back into another course, and the first thing when they join back, they would say to me, sir, I wish I had trusted you, and I wish I had trusted your teachers and notes, because everything was from the notes, but unfortunately because I was not trusting enough, I was just you know uh, collecting more and more stuff. It's like, can you imagine now that small seed of insecurity led to a year getting spoiled? Now, similarly, my sometimes when I'm traveling, I see, I'm sure you must have seen on the buses in a developing country like India, you will see a boy selling a bottle of water to a man in the bus. The man is holding a 10 rupee note. Now the bus starts to move. Now the man is not letting go of the note, because of the currency note, because he feels that if he lets go of the currency note, the boy will not give him the bottle, and the boy is not giving the bottle because if he thinks if he gives the bottle, he will not get the money, and ultimately the bus goes off and nothing happens. Insecurity. Everybody is to a level insecure, but if you let your insecurities overpower your actions, it leads to inaction, it leads to procrastination, it leads to self-doubt. It is like, to me, the biggest challenge that you would be facing in your mindset today is insecurity. And it has all been amplified with the hyper-connected world. Imagine, now I keep saying this in multiple of my podcasts. Imagine a child of today, a youngster of today, he is made to feel inadequate every day by examples or projections on the social media, and it's all in research as well, but like the impact of a hyper connected world on your mental health is, I feel, it's tremendous. Because imagine now, in today's world, if you're right now at your home, probably you're alone, you're lonely, but it seems it is so noisy. There's so much to, you can just keep stimulating your brain with dopamine push after another, one after another. Look at a reel, look at a YouTube short, and like keep, get some likes, like on some post, give opinion, take opinion, get judged upon. It's I to me I feel, in if we are not careful in today's world, with the amount of judgments that we are exposing ourselves to, if we let them drown our own inner voice, we would miss the bus. We are looking at a life which is short. We don't, as a human being, the most important concern that we need to know is that we have a limited life, a limited time span on the planet. In this time span, the choice is always mine. Do I want to do what people want me to do, or do I want to pursue what I really want? And I want to demarcate that. I sometimes I keep remembering this from my own college days, that sometimes I feel that we spend our college days trying to please people who really don't care about us, and I also don't care about them, but we try to please them because we feel that their opinion really matters, but actually speaking, they don't give a shit, I don't give a shit, and that's how the entire year goes off. It's like, we need to draw a line. We need to draw a line. We need to find out where is the true inner voice of yours, and what is it that is affecting you. And you need to reassure yourself that you are adequate, you are perfect the way that you are. You don't need an extra filter before you go out in the real world. You don't need a branded label, on your shirt or your pant or your shoes. You don't need anything to complete you. You are complete as a God's creation in itself. And all you need to do is have faith in your own abilities and in your own self. Day you put faith into your own system, what will happen is you will block out all the external voices. Sometimes I tell people that the whatever the other people are not saying is not affecting me, and then somebody would ask me why it is not affecting me. I'm secure, I feel good about myself. You need to find that zone. You need to feel good about yourself. Go for what you really want. Stop those external noises from affecting you. Every time you feel that the seed of insecurity is affecting your progress, stop it at that very moment. Try to this is like, I think that one word, if you understand, if you are able to counter the insecurities, if you are able to stop that tiny seed to enter your system, you would do very well in life. I wish you all the best. If you enjoy these podcasts, do write to me on any of my social media channels: Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to hear from you. I wish you all the best.